Gotta be careful because it's slippery. It rained all day yesterday and the last week straight, so it's gonna be wet out here. Has to be. So we get 5.3K footage coming at you. The last video was 1080. Sorry about that. That's when I first got this thing. I had no idea that the settings were gonna look that bad at 1080. Oh, we should probably take this trail. Because this one's a crazier trail. Here's a real bike trail for you. All rocky and rooty. There's a route right here. It's just way too big for me to ride over because I don't want to bash the bottom of the board. That's where the battery is. Anything like that, I'm totally going to walk over. So hopefully we're loving the 5.3K footage. This is what it's like, just flying on one of these things. It is awesome. I do love it. It is so cool. And it's definitely a workout in itself. I guess it's kind of like downhill biking. You gotta hold on and worry about just steering, balance, and braking and accelerating, not smashing into things, not dying. So it's very similar on that front. As you can see, there's just so many routes. You have to be very careful. Avoid all of them, because on these little 10-inch tires, you're just gonna go slamming into the handlebars when you hit anything too tall, like 2 to 3 inches at a slower speed, and it makes you fly forward. Hi, buddy. Don't worry, I'm cool, I'm nice. I ain't bothering you. Sorry, duck. I did not mean to bother them. The ducks are everywhere on land right now, like way outside of the swamp. It's so funny. Good duckies. Yeah! Whoa! Pop the wheelie up there, that was fun. I'm really not good at jumps yet. I don't know if I want to get good at jumps in this thing, honestly. Let's just rip it this way. It's pretty flat right here, so we can open it up a little bit, but be very careful over the puddles. I do not like going fast over puddles because I've already slipped once on a puddle. I was going very slow and I went down to my left onto my side like a lightning bolt. Just snap, bang, the whole pack of dogs. It was when I first had the scooter and I wasn't used to the balance. Alright, we're gonna take this mad trail just to show you guys how awesome this little bike trail is and how it's really not that easy. I mean, parts of it are easy, other parts are like crazy, like that right there. That's the part that we're gonna have to get off and simply walk. I don't see a line. There's no line anywhere except if you want to go down near the water, but who wants to do that? So we'll just step off, make sure we don't bash the board. That's always the key. Make sure you don't bash the board when you're coming over this stuff, because it's very easy to bash, as you can see. So a nice, easy walk over it, and then we can try to ride some of these rougher routes. Yep, head over here. Nice. Now I'm back to a little bit normal kind of a trail. I can just kind of fly. And go out on the outside here. This is rough. Ooh. That's a little rough section there. Just nothing but pebbles uphill with a curve. Get off and just put a foot down. Give yourself a hand. Or give yourself a foot. Look at this. Don't fall off the sides. This is why it's a little tricky. Because when you ride on trails that are a little freaky, it gets freaky. You really have to focus on balance and not tipping or losing it. Because in the beginning, yeah, I would kind of lose it a little bit, even on my bike. Slide down these things. If you slide down sideways, you're gonna tip and go right into the water head first. Nobody wants that. Whew. All right. Look at this mess. Can we do it? I think we can. Big frog right there. Yeah, I'm gonna go on this side. Slippery. Yeehaw. All right, we can fly again. A little bit more open of a trail. Let's go this way. Trying to go a little quicker today just for fun because I can. Maybe it'll look better. But this is what it's like on true off-road bike trails. These are not easy trails. They're very rough. There's roots everywhere, rocks everywhere, weird things to go over everywhere. Like right up here, we're gonna go over that and then fly down, avoid all these roots. Be very careful not to smash into any big thick roots. If you go over them, pull the nose up. That's it. It's easy. But yes, do I love this scooter? I love this scooter. This is definitely the most fun toy I've had in the last 20 years, easily, as an adult. Easily. All the toys are fun, and the bikes are just as fun. The electric converted mountain bike is so fun. But this is awesome. Got some dogs over there. Yep, hit up these roots. Now, I'm just gonna get a quick sip. Just kidding. Now I'm gonna wipe all of the spider silk off my face because it's like all over my face right now. Caterpillar silk, spider silk. All right, so we're loving it, right? I think we're still recording 5.3K. Beautiful little frog pond with some oil spots. We love it. Free pair of sunglasses. All right, let's go. Watch out for the big piece of granite sticking out, ready to kill you. I saw that. Rocks are a little easier, but that 90 degrees is pretty rough. This is a nasty root garden. I'll go over it for you guys, just to show you how it does in some of the worst root gardens around here. I don't want to do this, but I will. All for you guys. All right, it starts right around here and just gets like crazy for a little bit, like not too long, but find the line. If you want to hit this stuff, you need speed, and you have to avoid the absolute biggest stuff possible. Now, I'm not good at anything like this. I don't even know how to do this on a scooter, except drag it over. And if the wheels get a little wet, it's quite all right. I'm looking for my sneakers to not get wet. The scooter tires can get wet. You know what I mean? That all can get wet. But that's just a little weird. There's no real bridge there. Somebody tried to make one, but it didn't really work out. It needs some help. Back to the root garden. And then once again, another stream. How do I deal with this? In a very similar manner, except I'm going to try to use the logs a little more over here and keep my balance. Pick the nose up, drive her straight through. All right, and we're good. All right, let's hit this trail up. Big root, pull up the nose. Big roots. Make sure that nose is coming up. We're still in the root garden. Find the line. Root garden's a lot easier when you're going a little quicker. Just a little quicker, not too fast. Especially not when they're wet. That was a little weird. These are crazy roots and just hard parts of the trail right there. Not that easy. Finding that line and keeping the balance. You know, these are like trick roots. They want to push you. You don't want to fall off this, do you? Cool elevated trails from an old farm built right next to a river. That's what this is, in case anyone's wondering. And I know there's a living root right up here that's a screw over that one right there. Wants to screw you over. I've nailed that one so many times. It's like a wall, but it's alive, so it stops you short. Even on the bike, it's harsh. Keep it steady, find the line, keep it Keep a narrow line. So I had a commenter suggest that I put mountain bike handlebars onto this thing, and I think it's a good idea, except I probably wouldn't be able to get through places like that, which I think I could get through right now. And even right here would be a little trickier. Some of the trees are just so narrow, I don't think I want wider handlebars on just yet. Although I could use 1 more inch of width, possibly, but I'm kind of getting used to how narrow these are, and I'm loving it. When I got onto my mountain bike recently and took a ride, it was like crazy how wide they were. It didn't feel natural. This actually feels very natural. They're the same width as my shoulders, just about. Not sticking out far. I will avoid that. And we will fly. Now I can get some speed because it's a little faster. It's a little flatter. $15 miles an hour. It's nice when you know it's perfectly flat and wide open. No threats. You're not gonna hit anything. You're gonna avoid the sewer. Yeah, that would be pretty harsh. I'm gonna take a left and go down here and just rip. Be wary on any place that looks wet. Any puddle that's almost dry, we're slowing down. Taking it easy on any mud spots. Crazy roots, big roots, pine tree roots, be careful. That's a huge root right there. Do not want to hit that one. That one's like a destroyer. Any deer out here right now? I'm flying. See, this is wet right there. I gotta be very careful. I slowed it down right there, just a little. Big roots, big roots. Avoid them. More big roots. Find that line where they're not that bad. More huge roots. With 10-inch tires, it's not easy. You really gotta find your line. I'll keep some speed, throw me up the hill very easily, very quickly. Whoa, we went up that fast. Woo. Now it's very gravelly here, so I'm not gonna fly. This is where gravel's dangerous. On 10-inch tires, and then a puddle right there, dry puddle. Well, we're being very careful. And now we have reached the end of the trail for now, our reward. All right. So that's what this thing's been like. You just saw what it did, it kicked butt. We just ripped. I tightened everything. It's like it had a tune-up. We just ripped. Beautiful, fun. It's hard to hold on. My hands are like, not numb, but I've been gripping hard. Probably the same way you might going downhill on a mountain bike. But it's hard gripping. Holding on kind of for your life, you know? Keeping that balance. So, well, it's not a lot of cardio work. It's a lot of body work. And it's very fun because all you're worrying about is balance. Power, balance, slowing down, speeding up, finding the lines, pulling up the nose, stepping off here and there, stopping, walking over things, all that good stuff. So, all right, we're psyched. All right, let's just ride back. That should be the halfway point in the video, I think. If all goes well. Mud spot, be careful, go on the outside. Full power, rip me up this hill. Whoa, we're going quick. Gravel downhill, be careful. I've gone fast down here before and it was a mistake. You gotta go slow when it's that loose, especially on a decline. Big hill over here. It's gonna be another bad decline. It's gonna be hard, but I think I can do it. All right, this is a crazier descent. It's nothing but gravel and rocks, so you wanna be very careful. I'll go down it and find the line and just try to keep it smooth. Yep, roots right there, keep some speed so we don't stop short. Avoid all the big rocks, and we're good. Wet spot right there. We're gonna be very careful. Okay, coming back up to the roots again. Big pine tree roots. We're avoiding that one, but there's a couple right there, so. And there's a few more there. Big roots, pulling up the nose. Let's go. We can fly. 14 miles an hour. Oh yeah. Gotta be careful because it is a little damp out. Woohoo! Cut back this way. This road's easy. It's wide open and flat, so we can just full speed at 15 miles an hour. Oh yeah. 15 feels good. It feels fun. Doesn't feel like I'm going too fast. I'm loving it. But if you wipe out at 15 miles an hour, yeah, prepare for the worst. I only do it where I know I can get away with it safely. And now we'll go this way. Avoid all the debris. Those sticks can be a real banger. Never fun when there's sticks around. You do gotta be careful with the bigger sticks and logs. All right, we get a lot of water from yesterday, so today we're gonna go on the right-hand side, pulling up the nose. That's a big one. Look at the roots, craziness. We gotta find the line, keep the speed, and pull up the nose when we need to. All right, big puddle over here, so I'm going way on the outside just to get through it. It's starting to rain out just lightly, which makes me think I should get back to my car. I don't think it's gonna rain heavily though. I don't have any gear on me. Did not plan on the rain at the moment. All right, lots of roots. Find that line and keep some speed and pull the nose up when you need to. See a line right there. All right, more crazy wet spots. We're going on the outside. This one there. Let's go on the outside. Yeah, I don't like puddles after falling that one time. I go very slow on the puddles. The last thing I want to do is slip. So I try to find a dry spot that doesn't touch thorns like that. I just rode over some thorns. That was nice. I put the sealant in the tires though, so I've done that already and we've been good so far. Yeah, be very careful turning and leaning on the mud puddles. That's why I think I was leaning the wrong way on the mud puddle and I absolutely slipped. It slipped out from underneath me so fast. I mean, lightning speed fast. It was scary. It didn't hurt at all. I was on my side in front of my dogs, all looking at me as I'm on the ground covered in mud. Avoid the roots, get a little bit of speed. Big root right there. I'm very aware of all these roots. You can't take your eyes off the trail for a second. This is almost like downhill biking, where if you take your eyes off the trail, you're screwed. There's gonna be something that's gonna knock you, block you, and rock you right off of it. I feel more rain. Gonna have to race back to the car before it starts heavy raining. Don't want heavy rain, that's for sure. I got soaked yesterday, got soaked the day before, got soaked the day before. Oh, we're so sick of the rain. Rain will likely form in the next few minutes. So I'm gonna get off of it and walk through that right there. It's just too muddy. This is where I slipped, by the way. So I'd be extra careful where I slip, on the part that I slipped on. That's exactly where I slipped, because it's crazy. So you gotta be very careful, you know? Get that dry line going so there's no slipping. Alright, because it's raining, I'm gonna head back towards the car. I do not want to be out here with no rain gear on. And if it starts coming down heavier, I'm screwed. Slippery right in front of the bridge. You gotta be careful of that. I'm not accelerating until I'm on the bridge. I'm not slipping on that. And then right there, I'm not slipping on that either. Oh my God, there's cobwebs all over my face. Spider silk, caterpillar silk all over my face. Dry line, find that dry line. Way outside. Cross over, avoid the wet. stomp on it because we can. Avoid that puddle. Avoid these roots. Avoid that wetness. Whoa, so I felt that front tire slipping right there. Going too fast. 10 miles an hour, too fast on mud puddles, slicks like that. This is good. I'm not gonna do a huge video. I don't think we're doing 7 miles. This might be more like 2 miles at 5.2K. I wanna see how long I got for battery life, and I wanna see what this looks like. And I wanna just test it all, and if it's good enough to share, I'm gonna. Caterpillars. Caterpillars all over me. All right. I love the sound of it on the pavement with the off-road tires. You can always squat, which is always fun. It feels like surfing or something. You're like squatting on the board, you know what I mean? Just chilling. Nice low shot. Let's get back to the car. Fun little machine, I tell you. I love this thing. Nothing like it, you know? Well, a surfboard, a snowboard, but you know, it's nothing like it for land, that's for sure. Let's see how many miles we just did. 2.9 miles, beautiful. 3 miles. 3 miles, 5.2K settings. Let me see what I got for battery power. All right, we used 54%, we used 40% battery in about a half hour's worth of footage, 28 minutes at 5.2K. Awesome.